Question 4.6 says write down the domain of the inverse of G. So the inverse of G will be such that we first need to actually visualize what G would look like. So if it starts over here, that would be the same over here. Then it goes, see, something like this. So the inverse of this function would look like this, a logarithmic function. Something like that. Let me draw it more appropriately. Yeah, like that. So we want to know what the domain of this function would be. The domain of this function will just be the inverse. The domain of this inverse function will be the range of this function. So we need to figure out what the range of the original function will be, the range for G. So remember, G of x is just 2 to the power of x. And remember, it's only defined from -2 to 4. So x is only defined between -2 and 4. Therefore, the range for this original function will be y is an element of all numbers between, if we put in -2 over here, so if we put in -2, we get 1 over 4. Therefore, it's going to be 1 over 4. As we can see, it includes -2, so we put the inclusive brackets. So the range goes from 1 over 4, which would be somewhere over here, up to what? So it goes up to 4. Therefore, 2 to the power of 4, we know that's 16. So it goes up to 16, but 16 is not included, so we use the curved brackets. So if this is the range of G, then for G inverse, the domain will be equal to this range. Therefore, we just write it in terms of x. We say x is an element of all numbers between 1 over 4 and 16 non-inclusive. So over here, we can see that would make sense. This would roughly be somewhere 1 over 4, and this would be somewhere 16. Of course, my diagram is not drawn to scale, but that is what it would look like.